So welcome to another Tokyo Revengers video, guys. And yeah, today we'll discuss the most misunderstood concept that many of you have after reading chapter 271. Is Kazutora a time leaper or not? I know it's obvious to think that way, and what I'm going to discuss today is just a mere prediction from my end. Also, I'm really happy to see many of you think in the same manner as I do. And it just makes the theories related to the Tokyo Revengers manga so much more interesting. But before discussing Kazutora time leaping, we must first understand how time travel works. So yeah, as usual guys, I would kindly appreciate it if you can drop a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's go into the video now. As we saw in the previous chapters, time travel powers can be inherited or passed on. But we don't know for sure if the old man was really a time leaper or whether he was just bluffing. But even if we assume that he did have time traveling skills, then that opens the gate for lots of possibilities. How did the old man become the time leaper? Who is his trigger? Who did he kill to time travel? I hope Ken Wakui-sensei answers all these questions at some point of time. Now coming back to time traveling. In chapter 7 of the manga, we see Naoto explaining Takemichi about time traveling theories. He says, your time leaping ability takes you back 12 years to the same day. And, when Takemichi was in the past, he was in a death-like state, as if his soul had left his body. But after the last chapter got released, there surfaced more new theories related to time leap. In my opinion, and also as many of you thought so, one cannot time leap just because he killed a time leaper. The person who wants to time leap should have a desperate urge to go back in the past and save someone from dying. Added to that, that person should be on the verge of death. Only when these two conditions are met, then he's able to time leap back to another timeline. And for time leaping, we need a trigger. The trigger has to have the same desires and intentions as the leaper. There are some people who believe that two time leapers cannot exist in the same timeline. Either one has to die. As I already mentioned in my last video, Shinichiro could travel back to the exact day on which Mikey's accident took place, not because he killed a time leaper or the person in front of him, but because he faced death by jumping off from a bridge, and during his last moments, he was still thinking about saving Mikey. Just like Takemichi went back in time to save Hina from dying moments before he was hit by a train. I hope it makes sense now. In episode 16, we see Baji and Kazutora sneak inside a bike shop to gift Mikey his dream bike. Since they didn't have money, they decided to steal it. And when they saw someone coming from behind, Kazutora took an iron pipe and hit him from behind. Later it was revealed that the person was Mikey's brother. Now coming to whether Kazutora is a time leaper or not. Because he killed Shinichiro, I think the answer is very clear. No, he is not a time leaper. There are various answers to it. If Kazutora becomes a time leaper just by killing the existing time leaper of the current timeline, then what about Akin? He pushed Takemichi to the train tracks in the second timeline. What about Kikucho? Because he killed Takemichi and Naoto upon Azana's orders. And lastly, what about Mikey, because he too killed Takemichi in the Bonton arc? Since they all killed someone who had the time leaping ability, they are supposed to be time leapers too, but they are not. That's because time traveling is a very complex idea after the previous chapter was released. It confused us even more. Even if we assume Kazutora here got the time leaping powers, he couldn't exercise them as he didn't have anyone from his past to save. So his urge to go back in time was nil. Kazutora had to die to activate his abilities. But as we all know, he's alive and currently in jail. So there's no way he's a time leaper. Once again, it's just a hunch, my predictions can be incorrect. Ending this video by saying that it surprises me that we were in the middle of the final battle between Takemichi and Mikey, and suddenly we all were pulled back to the past for Shinichiro's arc. And now in the original timeline, so many insane things are taking place. It literally is so messed up right now. Also, the spoilers will be out soon. We can discuss it in our next video. So anyway, if you guys like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And good luck to all.